Hey guys, this is a mechanic task guide for the TerraGroup Trail Part 11. For this task, you do have to plant radio repeaters in 4 separate areas around Lighthouse, and Mechanic does actually provide you with the 4 radio repeaters once you accept this task. So just make sure that you do go and open your messages and select Receive All from Mechanic before you head into a Lighthouse raid. It also unlocks the ability to buy 4 radio repeaters on each mechanic cooldown as well, so if you do bring in multiple in a single raid and then happen to die, then you can just go and buy the replacements now for 15,000 rubles from Mechanic. Or if you had unlocked Network Provider Part 2 but haven't completed the task yet, then you could have the ability to also craft a replacement repeater at Workbench level 1. So this is what the radio repeater craft looks like. If your crafting skill isn't leveled up, it will take you an hour and a half, but where mine is level 20, it is showing 1 hour and 10 minutes, so that's the only reason why. And the craft itself, if you do need to do it, will cost you between 150 and 200k depending on the flea market price fluctuation. Alright guys, so here's a map of Lighthouse, and I'm basically going to be showing you guys the planting locations going from left to right on my map, but if you are referring to Map Genie, then for reference, it would be going from north to south. So starting with the helicopter plant, this is the same heli that we had to mark for Easy Job Part 1, so basically it's just in the center of the water treatment plant, and then my PMC will be starting just outside the water treatment complex next to the heavy equipment that's just over top of the small bridge by the cabins. Alright, so I'm just outside the water treatment complex on the building 3 side. Moving into the compound, you want to make sure that you follow my path to the helicopter that's going to be right next to the cement truck. Do not go immediately left through the grass because there's a bunch of mines all over this grassed area and you will be blown up. Now you can go around to the front of this heli holding area and then take the stairs down, or you can do what I did and then just jump up on top of these barrels and then jump into this recessed heli holding area, and this will get you out of the sight of any of the rogues who are possibly lurking faster. Once you go into the helicopter, you will get a prompt to plant, and then it will be a 40-second timer that will be a green notification in the bottom center of your screen. And also just a note that this task is definitely easier as a USEC operative because the rogues will not immediately see you as a hostile, so you can potentially just walk into the complex. And that's actually what I ended up doing for my own task because there was not any ground rogues around the helicopter when I went to plant, and I hadn't killed any rogues in my previous 2 raids of Lighthouse. But if you are a bear, you will probably have to kill 2 rogues on building 2 as well as the close rogue on top of building 1 just to be safe, and I do also have a guide on how to clear the water treatment plant area if you need that. So the second location that I'm going to show you guys is going to be the brown chalet, and then my PMC will be starting just out in the courtyard of it, just outside of the medical hut that's there. So for the second one, I am just outside of the brown chalet, and we want to go into the main floor and then to the dining room table with the laptop and binders on it, as well as a couple gold spawns that you might be familiar with. As you do get close to the table, you will have a prompt as well as a 40-second timer to plant another repeater. And it is worth noting that you do have to stay alive until the timer is off of your screen, or you will lose that repeater and have to craft or buy another one to replace it if you do die. And the same goes for if you do want to chance it and bring multiple repeaters into a raid and then die, then you will have to craft or buy replacement repeaters to replace all of those ones as well. And that is the reason why I do recommend doing 1 repeater at a time and having it in your secure container when you come into raid. The third area that I'm going to show you guys is going to be down on the beach at the Sunken House, and this area might be familiar to you anyway because it is actually a scav extract for hideout under the landing stage, and my PMC will be starting just on the beach just outside of the Sunken House. So for the third plant location, we have to go to the upper floor of this Sunken House where I am pointing on the outside roof. So once you go across this wooden path, then keep going straight until you're at the back of this house. Then you're going to take a right and then go through the first door on your right, which will lead you up a set of stairs. Once you're at the top of the stairs, then go to the outer balcony and then take another right and jump over top of this railing to the metal roof. Immediately on your right on the metal roof, there will be another plant location, which you'll get a prompt and then another 40-second timer until the repeater is successfully planted. And I'll also say that you guys do not have to plant in the same order that I'm showing you. I would go based upon your spawn for the first 3, so whichever locations are going to be the fastest for you. And if you are a USEC, then you could also potentially do the other 3 locations instead of the helicopter first, so that you could reset the rogues' hostility to you if you had just killed the rogues before starting this task. And then the final place I'm going to show you guys where you have to mark is going to be the easiest one to miss, just because there's really no great landmarks, and it's the elevated area that overlooks the lighthouse. So my PMC will be starting just up above the fishing huts, and then I'll try and show you guys an easy way to find the location. And now the last area to mark. So these are the fishing huts, and then this is the big mountain that people use to overlook the lighthouse bridge. And so the best way that I found to locate this plant location is to go to the treat hill directly to the right of the fishing huts. You're going to be looking for a ground stash that is right here next to this tree. And then once you go just a little bit further ahead, then you should get a prompt to plant just ahead of the stash. Additionally, another way that you can know that you are in the right place is that you should have the Sunken House visible to your right over top of this little pool of water, as well as a pool of water on your left that kind of splits on either side of the tree. You will also have these rocks going up the hill on your right hand side, or at least that's how I ended up landmarking this spot to find it the best. I know that this one can be a little bit more challenging, but hopefully it was helpful to you guys and you were able to easily find it. So what you're seeing on the screen right now is just a couple of my different social links in case you guys wanted to connect more easily. I am primarily streaming on Twitch now multiple nights a week. So if you do want to connect with me or my community, that would probably be the easiest way to do so. And if you do come over to the Twitch and you want to join the Discord community, then just type !Discord or cord in the chat in order to get an invite link. And if you don't use Twitch, then I do have a link in the picture as well as a link below in the description. And we are growing and currently have an active and welcoming community with people of all experience and skill levels, so there will always be someone who could help to answer any questions that you may have. As always, thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching the video, and I hope that you have a fantastic rest of your day.